Trying to wake up from a dream is harder than it seems. Birds are flying all around, some fall and hit the ground. This is where I should belong, inside a simple song.
Hi, it's Sharon. I hope you're all doing well these days. As for me, well, life has been pretty okay. Morning class, catching up with school assignments, canteen food that tastes good. Just living my ordinary days as a student. And honestly, the thing about life routine is that it can get very monotonous. Like, you look back and nothing really happened. Like, it's in our hand if we want to add some sparks in between. One day after morning class, my friend and I decided to visit Gyeongbokgung Palace while wearing hanbok, Korean traditional clothes. We thought it's a perfect time to do it because it's fall season and the weather's just so nice. And it felt like I was living my fantasy as a princess. There's something magical about hanbok. It made you feel so special, like a royal. Step by step, I walked around the palace, admiring the beauty in every corner, enjoying the autumn breeze. And I thought about my 100 days in Korea so far. Like the color in autumn so bright, just before they lose it all. 100 days slipped away just like that. Even when I have tried living each day to the fullest, I still feel like it's gone too fast. The past 100 days might be ordinary at a glance, but now that I think about it, those days are meaningful to me. The journey hasn't been that long, but I have made a lot of memories, and I know I'm going to make some more as I continue my soul-searching journey. Isn't it crazy how time flies so fast? Almost feels like it doesn't wait for anyone. Frankly speaking, the very first day I arrived here was still vivid to me. Also, those days when I was figuring out the neighborhood and how awkward it was to make new friends at school. Well, it still is. The truth is, moving somewhere new is hard. It's the fact that even when things start to get better, you'll still feel uneasy, like you've never really settled down. Sometimes you'll feel like you're not the person you used to be, like the old Sharon would never be bothered to go out on a weekend and meet new people, or be anxious going to a bank. It's just, things are different, and I know I can't just stay the same. Also, making new friends is hard. You'll realize that for some people, they just want to network while you're here to connect, and that you only meet a few people with the same frequency. And even when you found your close friends, you will sometimes get lonely. And lastly, language barrier sucks. For me, daily life convos are still manageable, but honestly, there are some things and moments that I easily missed just because I'm not fluent in Korean yet. This makes me think about the long term. If I do stay here, will I get the same chance like other people? It's not like I won't try to be fluent, but learning a new language is a whole lot commitment. And honestly, it's been so hard to be motivated at all times. There are days when I question myself. What am I doing here? What if I chose to stay in Hong Kong instead? Did I make the right decision to move here? On some other days, I found myself missing home, both Indonesia and Hong Kong. Perhaps it's because Seoul is still a foreign place to me, unlike Hong Kong that's like considered home away from home. But on most days, I actually feel happy, proud even, for being able to make it here, for meeting new people, for slowly adjusting to a new environment, and for surviving the past 100 days. Once I told a friend about how stressful it can be living here, and they didn't get it. They thought things were great because I often post about nice scenery, painted skies, good food. And what about it? Those are parts of my journey here, just like the gloomy days I didn't really publish online. But I totally get them though. It's just that I think these days I tend to appreciate my surroundings even more. Like the sunset at 6 p.m, the fallen leaves on my way back home, the delicious kogi I had with my friends. I gotta admit, I consciously make an effort to appreciate the small things, I guess, in order to not lose the meaning of living. I just don't like the thought of my days could just pass by without me knowing. And if I'm really honest, life here is not bad. In fact, it's wonderful. I've met some good people. I've received some help, big or small, that made me think, man, I'm so lucky. I love walking to school even when I miss my bus. And the library is still my most favorite spot in school. The past 100 days were not easy at all, but I'm glad I survived. Now I'm so looking forward to do things and visit more places in Korea, to try going on dates with someone else and not myself, to decorate my apartment, to be motivated again to learn Korean, and to just live in the moment, because all I have is now. So here's to my 100 days in Seoul, South Korea, and to several hundreds more to come. And in between, I won't stop making memories and keep them on records.